To understand DITA, you first need to understand structured content. If you've already seen, or after watching this, you go look up our video that answers the question specifically, what is structured content, then you'll see an example of the power of content reuse. I like to say the difference between structured content and unstructured content is the difference between working with clay or Lego. They're both creative media that you can use to make things, but there are key differences. Clay is totally freeform and unrestricted, but it's also messy. It's hard to reuse and hard to collaborate on. Once you've baked it, it becomes rigid. Lego blocks, on the other hand, comply with a standard. They're pieces that are designed to work with any other blocks from any other set of Lego. The blocks are not infinitely flexible, like clay, but did you know that just 6 8-stud blocks can be combined in nearly 1 billion ways? You can make things and then take them apart and reuse the pieces thousands of times in millions of ways. That makes it easy to mix, match, experiment, and collaborate when working with blocks. When you structure content, each container is a block, which can contain content. You can make one deliverable from your blocks, but then you can easily pull it apart again to make something new. You can make one person a race car, and then use the same pieces to make someone else a helicopter. With content blocks, you could take feature descriptions, definitions, product names, calls to action, and more. And you could reuse those to make white papers, product landing pages, email newsletters, blog posts, brochures, documentation, or more. You can make all the blocks you want as long as they fit the standard. That's why structured content is being used today to create everything from product content, content marketing, white papers, articles, ebooks, technical manuals and specifications, help and knowledge systems, custom emails and newsletters, and even learning materials. Multiple case studies show process efficiency improvements with structured content of many tens and even many hundreds of %. Now, how's that possible? It may seem like having to comply with a standard makes things hard or your content less flexible, but it's actually the exact opposite. Structured content defines what kinds of blocks are allowed, what type of content should go in the blocks, which blocks are required, and often the quantity and sequence blocks are allowed to be used in. What's important is that all this is defined separately from the end format that content might eventually appear in, like web, app, or PDF. Content design specialists think about all of your end touchpoints, end user needs, and channels when they help design your content standard. Then you know any content that complies with it works for many channels, audiences, and situations. Because it's a predetermined standard, the structure can be checked by a computer to give authors guidance on how to make sure their content fits your framework. That's opposed to what we usually do today, which is create content for one channel at a time without much guidance or automation. Then we manually rework it all for each new deliverable. This requires a huge effort to keep facts, templates, and messages consistent and up to date. With structure, people can just focus on getting great, concise, helpful content into the blocks. You may take more time to make them originally, but then you could save so much time by reusing them later. Structure keeps your content consistent across teams, projects, websites, and campaigns. You've got a framework that people can trust and use across various situations. When your content is created and managed in reusable blocks, it becomes a content asset. That can be reused for another channel or format, a different audience or geography, a sub-brand, a similar but not identical product, even some channel or situation you hadn't thought of when you first created it, like a smartwatch, an augmented reality headset, or even a chatbot. What is adaptive content?
According to Content Marketing Institute, adaptive content is a content strategy technique designed to support meaningful, personalized interactions across all channels.
That's because the blocks don't just contain content, they contain information about the content. We call this metadata, or more commonly just tags and tagging. Just like when you tag your photos on social media with details like people or location. You're adding extra bits of information to the content's container. Not the photo itself, but the social post. If you downloaded the photo, the tags would be gone. The post was the container that had the tags in it. Structured content carries all its tags with it wherever it goes. This makes it extremely powerful because those tags can be used by any computer system to intelligently process the content. DITA is a standard for structured content that was designed specifically to optimize for reuse, multi-format, and multi-channel publishing. In DITA, there are 3 specific types of block. The main type of block in DITA is called a topic. Topics are intentionally concise and limited to self-contained ideas or subjects. Topics are then arranged in maps. You can think of a map as, well, a map. If you embark on a cross-country road trip, you'll probably need a map to get you the direction, the distance, and the order of landmarks along the way. The map gives purpose and order to a series of landmarks. In the same way, a DITA map gives purpose and order to a pile of topics. That map could be published as a traditional document, but because it's structured content, it could be published as some web pages, a whole website, into an app, or just about anything else you want. Because DITA is a public industry standard, you can get systems pre-configured specifically to help you manage it. The kind of systems that are good at DITA management are called Component Content Management Systems, or CCMSs. A CCMS understands the DITA structures and has value-added features for helping you do things that other systems would not be able to, like see what topics are used in what maps, track how much reuse you're getting across your maps, use special DITA metadata tags to filter out certain blocks for certain conditions, like different audiences, channels, products, or any other reasons you define to change what content gets published. You can also drive your multi-channel, multi-format publishing from a single place at the push of a button, and manage the review, approval, and translation of DITA at a topic level, so that you only have to work on a topic once before reusing it widely. Because you usually have a lot more topics than documents, a CCMS really helps manage all your content and its relationships. The IT in DITA, in fact, stands for information typing. There are 3 main types of topics. Each is especially helpful at answering specific kinds of user questions. The main ones are concept, reference, and task. First, a concept topic. A concept topic contains answers to what is kind of questions. It helps users learn about and understand a new idea or category of thing. Concepts are used for describing general ideas and things like product category descriptions, term definitions, glossary entries, and feature overviews. For example, I could tell you about the concept of drinking bottles. And I could say drinking bottles are used to carry liquids. They're often made of plastic or aluminum, and they're small enough to be lightweight and fit in a backpack. That's the general concept of a drinking bottle. Concepts have subblocks, like a short description and examples. Now, if I wanted to describe a specific drinking bottle, I would use a reference topic. A reference topic answers more specific "what is it" type of questions. It helps users simply know the facts as conveyed. It's often used for feature lists, descriptions, product specifications, lookup tables, or other factual information. If I was writing a reference topic about this water bottle, I could tell you it's purple, it carries 1.5 liters or 50 ounces of liquid, and has a non-drip top, and a carrying strap. Reference topics also have short descriptions, but they also have subblocks like sections and property sections that help you divide complex information. Finally, and possibly most importantly, there are task topics. A task topic provides how-to or step-by-step instruction for a certain task. It answers "how do I" kind of questions and helps the user follow a series of commands to achieve an intended result. It's useful for instructions, manuals, tutorials, and more. If I were to write a task about my bottle, I could say, before using your bottle, take out all the components from the packaging, install the anti-spill plastic barriers, and rinse well before using. Tasks have short descriptions, like concepts and references, but they have their own special subblocks like context, prerequisites, steps, and results. If your brand sold 10 types of bottle with various materials, capacities, and features, then you could use some topics for all of them, and then others would be unique. But what about when you want to use a little piece of content, even smaller than a topic? DITA provides you with another reuse feature called a content reference, or conref. This allows you to reuse the smaller subblocks within topic blocks. Conrefs are like a smart copy and paste, but it is not the same as copy and paste. When you reference content in DITA, you're reusing it from one place to another. When you're copying and pasting, you're creating 2 copies that you need to then review, translate, manage, format, and so on. Conref is a simple but extremely powerful way to do precision reuse across your topics. So, we've talked about topics, maps, management, publishing, and reuse. We've also talked about how, because DITA is a structured content standard, it's perfect for augmenting or automating your tough tasks. But at the end of the day, the value of DITA comes down to scalability and control. Content constructed in DITA is built into a framework that allows your content to grow, evolve, and meet your organizational needs. With unstructured content created in wikis, Word, or content management systems that don't really understand the structured blocks, the growth of your organization means the exponential growth of your workload and complexity. Every new market, every new language, every new product, and every new publishing output adds a significant amount of effort and headache. With DITA, content scales and offers tremendous savings with each stage of company or content growth. Topic reuse means that for every new product, you can reuse content wherever you want. New markets are a breeze with specific audience outputs. Managing translations at a topic level means that you only translate, review, and validate a topic once, no matter how often you reuse it. And publishing becomes the gratifying push of a button, rather than a time-consuming headache. For organizations ready to grow, DITA offers a better way to maximize the payoff of every word written. With DITA, your content is ready to deploy.